Up on Mustang News, the rain on Friday didn't stop Saturday's Poly Royal Rodeo from selling out.
And a local donut shop favorite is opening in a new location.
And we're broadcasting live from the new Swanson HD studio. More on that coming up.
Broadcasting from Studio 300 on Cal Poly's campus, you're watching Mustang News.
Good afternoon and welcome to Mustang News. My name is Elena Wasserman.
And I'm Shirin Beroukhim. Stick with us for this week's episode of Mustang News.
Over spring break, Mustang News TV received a major upgrade. A big thank you to the Swanson family and President Armstrong for donating over $100,000 to upgrade our equipment into high definition. All of our cameras and our production room were replaced by all HD equipment. Journalism Department's technician, Thomas Morales, and alum Leah Pizzetti explain why having an upgraded studio is so important to Mustang News and the Journalism Department.
Prompters, the equipment that you guys are going to be using here at Cal Poly is at the same level as what you're going to find at a small market television station out there. The quality of the picture is going to be is standard. It is what you will find out in the broadcast community.
The fact that now students will be proud to showcase their work here is a huge, huge thing.
From all of us here at Mustang News TV and the entirety of Mustang Media Group, we want to send a big thank you to the Swanson family and President Armstrong for their donation.
Due to last year's overwhelming success, the 77th annual Poly Royal Rodeo moved to a bigger location, Spanos Stadium. Reporter Joe Schutz has the story.
Hi, I'm Joe Schutz and I'm here at Spanos Stadium. You may not recognize it because it's hosting the 77th Poly Royal Rodeo right now. Behind me is the main stage where right now they're competing in calf roping.
Watch the fast hands of this cowboy right here. Come on, Hunter. Yeah!
Schools from all around the West competed in this year's rodeo, which happens to be one of the largest college rodeos in the world. Schools like UNLV, Fresno State, and Cuesta College all took home wins in different events. They competed in events like bull riding, bronco riding, barrel racing, and calf wrangling. There was even an event open to Cal Poly students, the calf undressing. Teams of two had to untie articles of clothing from calves, dress themselves, and return to the gate to win the challenge. Christy Roberts has been barrel racing since she was 10 years old. She competed in last night's rodeo.
It was amazing. This was probably one of the biggest events in Cal Poly history, let alone rodeo history. This is tonight the biggest college rodeo in the nation, which is huge news, especially for Cal Poly.
After all the competitions, the rodeo ended with a bang, celebrating the night with dirt bikes and a country concert. Joe Schutz, Mustang News.
According to the rodeo team, the event was the biggest collegiate rodeo in the state.
Students will be paying more in tuition. Over spring break, the California State University Board of Trustees approved tuition increases for the fall 2017 term. Tuition will increase for resident undergraduate students by $275 per year and will generate $77 million in revenue. The program will work to double four-year graduation rates and eliminate equity gaps between students by working with K-12 programs to better prepare students for college and hire more tenure-track faculty. CSU spokesperson Elizabeth Chapman says the main reason for the tuition hike is because Governor Jerry Brown provided limited funding to state universities. First-year Ryan Skeens believes the tuition increase is necessary.
I know a lot of people struggle with financials to come here. It's still what I believe to be a very good deal to go to this school. It is a lot of money, but compared to a lot of other places, it's not that much money. You know, the reality of life is that every once in a while you're going to need to pay a little extra money to go to a place like this.
The tuition increase also implements strategies that can double the four-year graduation rates. The new graduation initiatives aims to increase graduation rates and would bring the total number of CSU graduates between 2015 and 2025 to over 1 million. According to the CSU, this is the first tuition increase in the CSU system since 2011.
As it turns out, the rainy weather has brought a super bloom to the Central Coast. Kaylee Brunke reports on the phenomenon called super bloom.
I'm Kaylee Brunke, and I'm here at Montana de Oro State Park. Around me you can see these yellow wildflowers that are part of the super bloom this year, caused by the heavy rains we had this past winter. Montana de Oro, which actually means mountains of gold, is named after these yellow wildflowers that bloom during the springtime.
A super bloom is when you have an exceptional display of wildflowers. So some area or some species just germinates incredibly well. You get a ton of flowers. So it's a beautiful show of wildflowers in California.
Dr. Yost further explains how flowers germinate throughout the year. Germination is the process by which plants grow from a seed.
What happens in the super bloom is these seeds, they start germinating with the rains that we get in October or November, December. They germinate and then they grow up, and by the time spring hits, they're flowering. And that's what we have going on right now with the super bloom, is that they all just flower at the same time. They're all getting pollinated, and they're gonna set seed and die here in the next month. And then they'll be gone. And then maybe it'll be another decade before we see a showing like this again.
Third-year nutrition major Alexandra Udd recently visited the Carrizo Plain, a prominent viewing point for the super bloom about an hour-and-a-half drive away from San Luis Obispo.
It's really cool. There's just bright yellow flowers everywhere. You pull up, and then there's Soda Lake, which is like a salt lake. So it's bright blue, and then there's kind of this white rim around it, and there's just flowers everywhere. Everything's bright green right now too.
You have probably 2 or 3 more weeks to go see the super bloom at the Carrizo Plain, and you should absolutely go see it if you have the opportunity.
I'm Kaylee Brunke, Mustang News.
A man is in custody following a string of laptop robberies in Kennedy Library and University Union. 21-year-old Sky Snow of Madera is in custody and facing 5 felony charges of stolen property. Campus police contacted the suspect near Foothill Boulevard and Choro Street Thursday afternoon. Snow faces possession of stolen property, burglary, and possession of a stolen credit card. Bail has been set at $20,000.
Students can now register their parties to avoid a hefty fine. City Council just passed a pilot program. If the registered party gets too loud, party throwers will receive a call and have 20 minutes to end the noise before receiving a citation.
San Luis Obispo just passed a new pilot program that allows students and residents to register planned events with the police department.
April 24th, folks can start submitting applications for the following weekend. So our actual first night of party registration availability will be May 5th.
Wallace says the program will act as a proactive measure to help fight crime.
A lot of the city is experiencing an uptick in property crime. So the more ability we have for patrol to be in the neighborhoods doing the proactive stuff, the less they have to be dealing with noise complaints.
Students must be residents of the city and 18 or older to qualify. Those with citations in the last 9 months and those on the no warning list are not eligible for the program.
So if you've gotten a noise citation and your house is on the no warning list, it sits there for 9 months. After that 9 months, it falls off. Conversely, if you've gotten an unruly gathering, you're never going to be able to participate in the program.
An unruly gathering is a group of 20 or more that negatively impacts the whole neighborhood. Annabelle Carpenter, Mustang News.
Students may start registering their parties by April 24th. Coming up after the break, we'll take a look at open house from last weekend.
I will not be news today. I will not make headlines by going through a bad girl phase where I get that bad girl haircut where they shave just one side of your head. And I will not bring a Komodo dragon as my +1 to an award show, even though that would be awesome. I'm Olivia Munn, and I will not be trending today because there's a much bigger story that needs to be heard.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90-mile-per-hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Everywhere that we go, he makes people laugh and makes people smile, and I feel like I have that quality.
He's the one who always takes me fishing.
I watch golf with him. And
I watch him cook, because when I grow up, I want to be a cook too.
We have the same faces like this.
Dad is the one, when you fall, that picks you up.
That unconditional sense of presence and reassurance is really what makes him my father.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Endorsed by the Dalai Lama, a group of Tibetan monks are at Cal Poly this week constructing sand into art in the University Union. The goal of the Mystic Arts Tibetan Tour is to contribute to world peace and raise awareness of the endangered Tibetan civilization and support the Tibetan refugee community in India. Cal Poly Arts is hosting the event in the UU, where the monks are working to construct a peace mandala for the world made of sand. Even kids were able to try making their own sand artwork. Denise Leader-Stober from Cal Poly Arts hopes the student body can understand a culture unfamiliar to San Luis Obispo.
This is a culture that is completely different from what most students here will have ever seen or heard about. So part of our mission at Cal Poly Arts is to bring these sorts of cultural experiences to Cal Poly.
The festival will end this Friday with a performance by the monks in Spanos Theater.
Potential incoming students from all around the country gathered at Cal Poly this weekend for open house. Reporter Nate Edelman has the scoop.
And we are live at Dexter Lawn. There are so many new faces, so many new people around here. There's a protest going on behind us. There is more club booths going over there. But let's take a walk and go see what is going on behind me, where there are people selling food, a lot of alumni here. It is a very, very big day today. All right, so we're here with, can you guys introduce yourself?
My name is Aitana Martinez. I'm on the design team for Rose Float. And I'm Marie Scholl. I'm structural welder for the Rose Float.
Great, and so can you guys describe what is behind us right here? It's a, what would you say it is?
Yeah, so this is essentially sort of our practice float. We built it especially for open house in the span of a month's time.
There's a lot of Asian food selling for some reason. It's very popular. The wontons are just everywhere. And that was just a brief taste for all clubs and organizations here at Cal Poly all over today. And for Open House, I'm Nate Edelman signing off.
San Luis Obispo's own Art After Dark exhibition took place April 7th throughout downtown SLO. With dozens of galleries and non-traditional exhibit spaces, residents can enjoy the work of established and emerging local artists for free. This month's exhibition openings occurred in the SLO Museum of Arts and included New Visions, a California juried photography gallery, and 6 Squared, the showcase of Central Coast printmakers. Continuing exhibitions such as Shibari by Annalisa Headstorm and The Art of Kimono were also available for viewing pleasure. Art After Dark happens the first Friday of every month, and anyone to welcome is participated. For more information on upcoming exhibitions or how to get involved in the program, contact programming@artsobispo.org.
Cal Poly students have their sight on breaking a world record. The members of Proof Lab on campus are building a solar-powered vehicle.
All right, so this is the Prototype Vehicles Laboratory here at Cal Poly. We are designing and building, well, right now we're building the world's fastest solar-powered car. So it's a vehicle powered entirely on solar cells. It has no battery or any other energy storage. So it's just pure solar energy down to the ground through the motors. So yeah, we started this actually last year with kind of just the nebulous goal of like, we're going to claim an international land speed record, and it's going to be for a solar vehicle. It's at 56.5 miles per hour right now. That's the Guinness record. We want to go 65 or faster. Me as an aerospace engineering student, I've gained pretty valuable experience in project engineering and like systems level thinking. People who work on this team get a really unique experience where they get to go from a very open-ended design process all the way through actually building it. And that's like the really cool thing that's happening right now is, you know, we've been seeing this design come together for a year and a half, and now we're finally building it.
The record is set to be broken in the Mojave Desert on June 21st. The Prove Lab group is still crowdfunding for parts. For information on the car and how to donate, visit www.provelab.com.
A new resource for undocumented students opened its doors on campus at the start of spring quarter. The Dream Center provides undocumented students and students with undocumented families access to campus resources in a safe environment. Students from Cal Poly Rise worked closely with the Undocumented Students Work Group and partners in student affairs to develop this space. Cal Poly's Dream Center hopes to offer work opportunities, legal resources, and professional development for students and more in the first year. Cal Poly Dream Center is located in Building 52, Room E11. The Dream Center is staffed Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. For any questions or further information, students can contact the Dream Center by emailing undoc.calpoly.edu.
Cal Poly's 3 Greek councils won awards at the 2017 Association of Fraternal Leadership and Values West Regional Conference. Panhellenic and Interfraternity Council beat 50 other universities for the 2017 Overall Council Excellence Award. United Sorority and Fraternity Council took home the award for council management. Panhellenic took home 8 out of the 9 awards. IFC was recognized for 5 that AFLV awarded for excellence, from risk reduction and management to academic achievement. This is the second year both IFC and Panhellenic won the Overall Council Excellence Award in the West Region at AFLV Conference.
Coming up next, we'll take a look at the weather report from around San Luis Obispo.
Coming up after the break, Connor McCarthy with your weekly weather report.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt. There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Hello, I'm Connor McCarthy in the Mustang News Weather Center. Let's take a look at your weather headlines for this week. So this morning we saw showers this morning around slow. It kind of stopped around 9 a.m. this morning, but it's still a little cloudy out there. And this weekend there will be a slight warming trend this week with a high of 75 this Sunday. So it will be still good beach weather even if you're not going to Coachella. But today's weather, Thursday, April 13th, and we have a current temperature right now of 64 with a low of 47 tonight. There still will be isolated showers throughout today, but the winds tonight will reach between 10 and 15 miles per hour. And as we look at South County extended, if you go down to South County this week, Vandenberg, around 64, Orcutt 62, Santa Marina around the same temperature. Looks like rest of South County will be around the lower 60s and the lows in the upper 40s. And if we look at the rest of the county, Paso Robles will be one of the coolest this weekend with a low of 38 and a high of 59. And then Atascadero with a high of 57 and a low of 41. And the beaches right now at 61 over at Avila Beach, 57 over at Los Osos, and 58 over at Morro Bay. And the lows tonight will be around the mid-40s to lower 40s. And if we go into our 5-day forecast right now, Monday will be about 69 next week. Tuesday, there will be another chance of showers and winds of 10 to 15 miles per hour. And as we look back to the rest of next week, Wednesday will be about a high of 70, a low of 50 with some winds and partly cloudy. Same with Thursday, around those same temperatures. And Friday, there could be a chance of isolated showers next week, but there will be a high of 74, making it one of the warmer days of week 3. And if you happen to go to Coachella this weekend, well, it looks like it's going to be great weather for you guys to be out there listening to all that great music. There'll be highs of 86 and 93 throughout the whole weekend, and it will be definitely a great weekend for Coachella. Mostly skies with very low winds, so you do not have to worry about any sandstorms to pop out of nowhere. And well, that's all the weather we have for you this week. For Mustang News, I'm Connor McCarthy. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Connor.
Cage the Elephant is coming to San Luis Obispo. Catch us after the break.
The American rock band from Bowling Green is called the concert series Live and Unpeeled, the acoustic tour. The group is most known for their hit single, Ain't No Rest for the Wicked. The event will be a phone-free experience, and anyone caught with a phone will be asked to leave immediately. Doors open at 7:30 p.m. and the show starts at 8:30 p.m. KCPR just gave away 2 Coachella tickets for weekend 2 on April 21st through 23rd. To win the tickets, students had to solve a riddle KCPR featured in the first ever print magazine, Burnt. The answers to the riddle were released at 11 o'clock, and that's when Aiden found the tickets.
Tickets to Coachella right now. So the first thing you need to do is go ahead and grab a copy of our new magazine, Burnt. You can find that in Mustang newsstands, and what you want to do is you're going to want to open up your Burnt magazine and find the Coachella riddle.
KCPR.
The answer to the riddle was Meet, Escape, Her, and Theater. The riddle lead the winner to a Ford Escape that was parked outside Spanos Theater. The winners will have the opportunity to see artists ranging from Kendrick Lamar to Lady Gaga. Coachella Weekend 1 kicks off this weekend.
A San Luis Obispo donut shop is looking to expand to another city. Slidoko, a popular destination for students, is deciding on whether or not to open a new location in either Santa Barbara or Monterey. The 24-hour shop saw increases in profits while expanding their San Luis Obispo location, which prompted the business to start thinking about a new store in a new city. Only one new location will open. Slidoko's management is deciding which city would be a more successful location. If they were to open a new store in Santa Barbara, Slidoko says that they would either build in a residential area or near UC Santa Barbara campus. They're likely to choose the near campus option if they open in Santa Barbara, since their slow location saw plenty of success near Cal Poly campus. The new location will either be named Santa Barbara Donut Company or Monterey Donut Company. You can help Slidoko decide where to move by taking their online survey at slidoko.com.
Coming up after the break, an update on Cal Poly alumni David Nwaba and his success in the NBA.
If you want your kids to run the bases.
Extreme danger. Your life flashes
In the
before
D block?
you. If you think that's sad, consider facing it before you even have enough life to flash before your eyes. Deaths and injuries can be prevented by using the right car seat. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to know what is appropriate for each age and size.
A full life, measured in seats, starts with the right ones early on. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Learn how to prevent deaths and injuries by using the right car seat for your child's age and size.
Taking care of a family member can lead to plenty of questions. Fortunately, there's a place to get the answers, for them and for you. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs, and you learned how to not ignore yours. I discovered how to make healthier meals, and I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Hello, I'm Dan Dempster, and here's your Mustang News Sports Report. Ex-Cal Poly basketball star David Nwaba is thriving in the NBA right now as a Los Angeles Laker. Nwaba has made major improvements to his game this year, starting on the Lakers' D-League affiliate, the Defenders. Nwaba caught the attention of the Lakers after he led his team to the playoffs. Currently, Nwaba is playing for the Defenders, who are trying to win the D-League championship. On April 12th, Nwaba scored his NBA career high with 14 points against the Pelicans. We're all looking forward to Nwaba's NBA career. The Cal Poly baseball team is coming off a very successful weekend against Hawaii and Santa Clara. The Mustangs started the weekend slow. They played a doubleheader on Saturday against Hawaii, losing the first game 1-11. They rallied back in the second game to win 15-5. On Sunday, they won 7-1 against Hawaii to win the series 2-1. On Tuesday, the Santa Clara Broncos visited Cal Poly, lost 15-0. Sophomore Alex McKenna hit 2 home runs in the game, hitting in 5 runs. The baseball team travels to Davis, California this weekend to play a 3-game series against the UC Davis Aggies. And that's all we have for sports today. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Dan. Before spring break, a sinkhole opened on Frederick Street, causing a flood and damaging cars. According to the city of San Luis Obispo, a pipe under Frederick Street broke, which caused the earth to slowly erode, creating the sinkhole. Police, city officials, and the fire department all showed up to evaluate the situation. Jenna Desmith says she was just visiting her sister and unfortunately parked her car in the wrong spot.
I've had this car for maybe 3 years, but looks like I might be getting a new one.
Frederick Street is still closed while the city repairs the road. That's all the news we have for you this week. I'm Shirin Beroukhim.
And I'm Elena Wasserman.
Make sure to follow us on Facebook and visit mustangnews.net. We're going to leave you with some footage from the rodeo. Have a good day.
Check it out.
Here's Chelsea. Start thinking about warming those hands up. Start thinking about stomping those feet. Good luck. Step in there for him. I'll introduce him to you in a minute. Come on, Logan. Down he goes. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Joshua Neris from Salinas, California, your bullfighter that put his body in front of. You guys can make some noise and cheer him on.
I've come up with the family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.